Okay, so I file the nails, and then we want to make sure we do just a little file for any of that, like, loose, kind of half-filed bits that sometimes are on the edges, like so. Okay, we want all that debris and all of this moisture and oils and lotions and all that stuff to be off. We're done with all of these. I cure them for 60 seconds to get, like a nice security on there. And then also super important is you have to cap the free edge, meaning to get nail polish or all of your coats around the edge of your nail as kind of far as you can make it, because we also don't want it to stick to the skin too much. So we go back and make sure that the edges have some security locking them on. Otherwise, if that layer isn't sealed, then that picks up, it can lift off, and then the water and all kinds of stuff can get down there, and then it will make your manicure not last as long. We don't want that. That defeats the purpose. So don't touch your nails. Nails are always tacky before you put the top coat on. And then the nail polish is like, don't dry out super quick or anything, so I can just leave it and then until I do my next hand. And then on here, it is pressing this, not just sticking my hand in it because it'll turn on, but pressing 60 seconds and then putting them all in there for that time and taking them out. Okay. Now for me, my next step is the structure, which helps strengthen the nails, but yours are already probably thick enough, but I add this to mine and then color will come after this. So it is extremely sticky. It might look like something's wrong with it, but that's just how it is. And then I'll demonstrate with this nail, but I'm going to place this on the center of the nail. It almost covers the whole nail. And then get close to the cuticle, but try your best not to touch it. And we don't want it like the color or any of these layers to pool on the sides of your nail, like flooding this area between the nail and the skin. And if there is excess and you have like an orange wood stick or whatever nearby, or even like almost anything can work, a bobby pin, a business card, then we want to wipe that extra away because it will create like a ledge, and then that ledge doesn't seamlessly go down to your nail. And once your nail starts growing out, it's like a harsh edge that can just don't do it. Okay, and I'm going to do this one. So if you've made any mistakes or you realize there's like too much on the edge, too much in some place, just try to wipe off the brush a bit so then you can brush over it and like thin the layer out and kind of gently scoop up the excess. And try to keep your fingers flat and not like this for some reason, because then you're going to have the tip of the nail be like bulbous, and if that happens with all the layers, you'll not like it. And then oh yeah, and then so sometimes when I cap the free edge, some of the polish goes like under my nail a little bit more than I'd like, because that will cure and it will stay there. So I'm going to scrape some of that extra from the underside so I don't have like a big glob under there, which will just annoy me, that's all. Okay, and I'm gonna cure. Okay, now for the polish. We've got these guys all lacquered up and I haven't touched anything. Oh, I forgot to use lint-free wipe. Oh well. I haven't touched anything together lint. I'm not like rubbing my face or scratching my head or anything. And then I'm going to start with my first coat of polish and zoom you in so you can see closely. Okay, let's get all up in here. So I like to start in the middle and then follow the sides. You see that tiny itty bitty amount of space between my nail and the cuticle? That's what we want. Again, if it looks like this layer is too thick, because you just don't try to make it one thick layer that gets the nail color opaque, just do 2 coats. So I gently cap the free edge. And then, oh shoot, and then cap that little edge, spread things out because there's time. It's not going to dry without the lamp, so it's going to be wet and pliable until I say so. So that's that, and then I'll continue with the rest, and that's basically it. Then you just do the same, repeat the same steps with all of the nails and until you get to the top coat, and then once you do the top coat, do the whole thing, do, you know, the cap, the free edge, and then you're done. Whoa. It's also normal if your fingernails, like the beds, feel kind of warm when you cure the color. And for dark colors, we are going to cure it for 60 seconds. For light colors, you know, like off-white, creams, tans, just 30 seconds under the lamp. So press the button that says 30, and then press the button that says 60. And that is the difference of just pressing it, is that the pressing it utilizes the LED. The not pressing it but sticking your hand under activates the UV curing method. So we're going for the LED method. So that's why we're pushing instead of just sticking your hand under there. And once your hand's out, it'll shut off. Usually it doesn't there. And then if you go back, but I mean, there's really no reason to do that unless there's some emergency. I wiggle my thumb up in there. Try to get them all happily in the curing world. Okay. You can do it. This was my first coat. I don't really like the red, but I'm gonna leave just one nail red. And then I'll do my second coat. You'll see the opacity begin to show up. Remember to cap that little free edge there. You don't want it susceptible to lifting and prematurely ending our manicure set. And we have to do another one. There. Okay. Almost done. And then I gotta go. Okay, perfect mistake. See this here? See how it's on my finger? You think I want that? I don't. So I'm going to take anything that I feel will do the job. And, I'm sorry, it keeps going out of screen. I'm using just a hairpin to wipe that off from where we oopsied it over. And just wipe it off on something. Oops. Last coat. It's the no wipe top coat. I don't know why I always start with my ring finger. Maybe it needs a ring on it. And I saw that some went too far, so I'm just gonna try to remove, even though I can't see it. I don't want it there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Done. Now we have not sticky, shiny, cured nails. I'm going to go back for like 10 more seconds though. This color is pretty dark. I want to give it just some extra security. Okay, I'm done. And then this stuff, you know, like on my finger, it will come off. It just will probably be a couple times after I wash my hands that'll be like able to lift off. So even though it's because it's on my skin, it's not as permanent as the nails. And there we go. Done, McGee.